And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, as always, going to be going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That includes the outlay of the table, going over the results from the weekend, touching upon our performance, taking a little look forward. Also going through the Player of the Year awards that took place last night. The Rangers ones, of course, was also discussing the shock transfer twist ahead of the summer. So quite a few bits and pieces to go over. But of course, after this weekend's results, nothing has changed. Just points, that's all. We're still 3 points behind Celtic after they matched our result. Of course, they were taking on Dundee away from home. And I know you guys don't really like me talking about Celtic, but we are on a title race with them. So they did win the game 2-1. And again, I must say, I did watch a bit of the game, was on in the background, but also I've seen sort of the analysts after the game. They were poor again. This is so frustrating. This is what makes things so frustrating for me, is that they are a very poor side and we're just poorer. That's the problem. And yesterday, again, that's what I learned from it yesterday is, whilst we did get the job done yesterday, got all 3 points, I'm just not convinced with our performance levels and how we're playing at this moment in time. But here's hoping, of course, against the game against Kilmarnock this weekend at Ibrox, we start to see a performance and start to see us crawl back some of this goal difference, because that is a needs must. Because if we win all our games, Celtic win all their games, they will still win the title due to, of course, well, if we beat them and they lose to us, they will still win the title due to this superior goal difference. So something needs to happen quickly, and we need to start scoring goals, and especially using those home games as our advantage. So hopefully we've got a 5-0 on the 5-0 on the horizon. We can get the job done against them. Now, following the game yesterday and the results in the Scottish Premiership troops, of course, Rangers held their Player of the Year awards, and here in this part of the video, we're going to be going through it. Jack Butland was the big winner at Rangers Player of the Year awards night. The goalkeeper, of course, signed in the summer, has made an impressive impact at Ibrox this season, and was rewarded with 2 prizes for his performances this campaign. Butland recently tipped for a return to England's squad, picked up both the Players' Player of the Season and the club's Player of the Season award at Sunday night ceremony. Ross McCausland was named Young Player of the Season for Rangers, with Rami Matondo receiving the Goal of the Season trophy award for his strike against Celtic earlier this month. James Tavernier collected the Goal Scorer award for the presentation, with Connor Goldson receiving the John Gregg CBE Achievement Award. Cole McKinnon was named the Academy Player of the Year, with Bailey Rice winning the B-Team Goal of the Season. The 4 Rangers Women Team awards were all won by different players. Women Players Player of the Season was Kirsty McLean, while Mia McCauley won the Women's Players of the Year award. Rio Hardy received recognition as Women's Top Goal Scorer, while Nicola Doherty won Women's Goal of the Season. This is the Rangers Player Awards in full. Men's Top Goal Scorer, James Tavernier. Men's Goal of the Season, Rabbi Matondo against Celtic. John Gregg, CBE Achievement Award is Connor Goldson. Women's Player of the Year is Kirsty McLean. Men's Player of the Year was Jack Butland. Academy Player of the Year was Cole McKinnon. Young Player of the Year was Ross McCausland. Men's Player of the Year was Jack Butland. Women's Top Goal Scorer, Rio Hardy. B-Team Goal of the Season was Bailey Rice. Women's Goal of the Season, Nicola Doherty. Women's Player of the Year, Mia McCauley. So there you go. You can see that Mr. Jack Butland got the clean sweep. I don't think any surprises there. Which also, when I always say this about a team, if your goalkeeper's winning the Player of the Year award, then it usually means you've been absolutely bad at the back, because your goalkeeper, especially at Rangers, shouldn't be being used this much, and we relied on him again heavily all the weekend. But you're allowed to have a good goalkeeper, as I said, but here's hoping going into next season we aren't as reliant on Jack Butland or our goalkeeper in general. Now, talking about the summer, guys, there has been twists and turns, obviously, in the lead up to we're just coming to the end of April, obviously, in the lead up to the transfer window. We've had bits and pieces with regards to different stories. Of course, reports out in Turkey stated that John Lundstrom and Borna Barisic are headed to Trabzonspor, and that's interestingly enough. We do think there's going to be a lot of movement other than that in the summer, something in the transfer window, both incomings and outgoings. And now we've got a bit of a shock twist for you. Yes, Sam Lammers, of course, doing ever so well at Utrecht in the Eredivisie at this moment in time. And we said to you that, look, Sam Lammers broke a record yesterday, as I stated. This is not the story. And obviously Utrecht do want him. They're very fond of the player. But the latest shock twist that has been involved with regards to this transfer saga that could bode well for us is that reports out of the Netherlands are stating that Feyenoord Rotterdam are interested in signing Sam Lammers after his impressive performances for Utrecht in the Eredivisie, which is a very, very interesting saga because we've spent a lot of money on the player, obviously, in the summer. Atalanta spent about £8 million on him when they signed him initially at Italy. But after this, of course, at Rangers, he was poor. In Italy, he was very, very poor as well. Sampdoria, poor. And then, of course, has gone to Utrecht and is playing very, very well, playing as a sort of striker and a status. Scored 7 goals in a row in the league so far this season. This has propped the attention of Feyenoord Rotterdam, who are interested in potentially making a move for him. Of course, they are going to transition at this moment in time. The KNVB Cup winners, of course, losing their manager to Liverpool. And there is going to be a bit of a rebuild on the horizon for them. But what I'm saying is that could bode well for us. And this is what this is a successful use of the loan system, because when they go to Utrecht, of course, Utrecht do want to sign him, and there is talks that they could potentially match our fee, although they are struggling for money and financially, they do want to make it happen. There is unknown whether they can meet the valuation. But the thing is, with Feyenoord, they will be able to meet the valuation, and it's good that he's been put on out on loan, put on the sort of shop window, if you like, impressed in that division, and also caught the attention of other clubs. And Feyenoord Rotterdam are certainly a side at this moment in time that look like they could get us a valuation back. And whilst it could be another more of a shock twist, is that we can actually see a bit of a bidding war between the two clubs to see if they could land Sam Lammers, which would be very, very interesting indeed, and would, as I said, bode well for our summer aspirations of getting him firstly off the books, but secondly recouping some of that transfer investment, which I think would be absolutely massive for us going into the summer. I don't think there is a debate that his Rangers career is done. Some people were saying that should bring him back and let him play. I don't believe that. I just don't think he's necessarily suited to our team. And I think whilst we send him out on loan, I think we should get as much money back as we possibly can and let him go on a permanent transfer this summer, whether that be to Utrecht or whether that be to Feyenoord Rotterdam. It will remain to be seen. But Rangers fans, that's all I've really got for you today, guys. Of course, not back in action until next weekend. Another week to wait until Rangers back in action. But hopefully the players can use this week on the training pitch and make us look a lot better against Kilmarnock on the weekend. Again, is it too much to ask? I don't know. But Rangers fans, that's all I've really got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below with regards to Sam Lammers. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below with regards to the player awards. Do you agree with them? And let me know your final thoughts on the performance at the weekend. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.